I'm so childish. Crazy right now, but you know what? I told myself, like, I done came on here with bonnet and all. So if y'all looking for somebody who want to come on camera looking all cute and face beat and all that all the time, you ain't gonna get it from this channel, because I'm like, that's not realistic. That is not realistically how I be looking. I don't be looking beat every day, but that's okay because we're here for the food. So anyways, hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be showing you how I make my seafood boil step by step. I was supposed to do this a while ago, but I kind of had to like play around with it a little bit before I, you know, jazz it up, because I started out putting my crabs in the actual pot of boiling water, but then my friend Sierra put me on to putting it in the oven. So ever since then, I ain't never turned back. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to cook your crab in the oven, and then incorporate everything else inside of the oven when the crab is almost done cooking. So let's just get into this video. I'm gonna show you guys everything you need, and then we're gonna get into these steps. So let's go. So to start, here are some of the seasonings that I use to, you know, dash a little bit on top of my actual boil in my crabs and stuff. So that's what I use. So I got some Lowry seasoning salt. If it ain't Lowry's, then it ain't it. Garlic powder, Old Bay seasoning, Cajun seasoning, and onion powder. And then I will need some actual crabs, some corn, some shrimp. Let me go ahead and talk about this shrimp, y'all. It's already cooked and peeled and all that. I know some people like their raw shrimp. Same thing with the eggs. Mine are already boiled and peeled. Some people like to cook it from scratch, but when you're a mom, you got to kind of try to like minimize things. Because at first I was going to cook it from scratch, and then I was like, let's be realistic. Is Jada really going to be chilling out for that long? So I had to take the easy way out of everything and getting already cooked shrimp and already boiled eggs. But I am going to, you know, heat it up and stuff. And then, of course, you need your butter. I have another brand of butter if I run out of this, which I doubt I will. And then I have some golden potatoes. They did not have none of the purple potatoes at the store, so I used the golden ones. And they cook way faster than any other potatoes. And then I won't need that much butter because I am going to be using Bloves Smackalicious sauce. It is frozen from when I made my previous seafood boil. I had plenty of it left, so we froze it because she said you can freeze it. So I have that for my sauce. I just got to thaw it out and heat it up a little bit. And then I use this pan, this big old pot, this roast pot, to mix everything together. And then I have this pot to actually boil everything. So to start, you're going to get this in the sink, and you're going to put some water in it, like a third, fill it up, like 3/4. Then I'm gonna go check on my kids. So your seafood boil really can have anything you want in it. Put lobster, some people put mussels, some people use cucumbers, but this is what I use. The only thing that I'm missing is sausages, but I realized that I be wasting sausages because I only eat a couple pieces of it when I'm eating a boil. So I was like, you know what, I don't even necessarily need that, so I didn't get it this time. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is take that pot that I filled up with water and go ahead and put it on the stove to get ready to start boiling. Only thing that's gonna go on that pot that's boiling is my corn and my potatoes. Normally you would do, if you got like hard eggs, regular uncooked eggs, you would put your eggs in there for about 10 minutes and boil, and then you would add your other stuff like your corn and your potatoes, and then like 5 minutes into that being in there, or 10 minutes into that being in there, you'll add your sausage, because your sausage cooks really fast. So that way, by that time, everything is kind of done cooking all at the same time. And it's fine if it's not done cooking at the same time, because you can go ahead and like get a big spoon and take out like the eggs if they're done, because they went in first, so they'll probably be done first. So if stuff is not done yet, you can go ahead and take it out. So those are the only thing I'm gonna put in the boiling pot, is the potatoes and the corn. My shrimp is gonna go in the oven with my big pot with the crab. What do you do when your baby is acting a fool and you got work to do? You wear them. Okay, so while I am waiting for that to come to a boil, I'm gonna go ahead and preheat my oven to 375. I'm gonna go ahead and preheat my oven to 375. That way I can go ahead and get ready to start putting my crabs in the oven with my butter and stuff, because it's gonna take time to cook. I think if I do a mukbang, I'm gonna have like a crazy story time to tell you guys. I was supposed to do this story time with my husband a while ago, y'all, but I just feel like it's never gonna be a time where we can both disappear and go make a story time. Like before, we would just go into the filming room and we can talk and do whatever we want, but not no more. So I think I'm gonna do a crazy story time while I'm doing the actual mukbang. And when I tell y'all, this story is literally the craziest story time, the scariest story time that happened to us that's ever gonna be on my channel. Y'all don't want to miss it. So you might see a story time in about 2 days. So now that the water is at a pretty decent boil, I will go ahead and add my corn and potatoes. So the reason why I don't like boiling my crabs and my shrimp in the water, because it likes that meat, it like soak up the water and you don't really have as much flavor as you would get as when you put it in the oven. So I prefer to not put my meats inside of the boiling water besides the sausages, because everything else just be soaking up that water and I do not like it. So I prefer not to do it. So guys, whenever you're dealing with crab, make sure you clean it off, because it be having like little dirt and crustiness all on it and stuff. So make sure you like clean it down a little bit. And then also make sure you don't do it with really hot water, because do it like with cold to kind of warm water. That way you won't be cooking your crabs while you're cleaning them off. So I just put my sink on like medium. And then I kind of like do this. I've seen some people like actually scrub their freaking crab with like a scrubber, like a clean scrubber, but I don't know, I just think that's weird. And then I have another clean bowl to transfer it over to. So I went ahead and drained down and pat dried my shrimp. And then I have my crabs in this bowl. And now, since they're gonna go in the oven together first, I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in this bowl. And then add my seasonings to it. I do. You want to do more Old Bay seasoning, because that's that like seafood taste. And as you can hear, my oven is preheated, so I'll be done almost just in time. I don't put a lot of Cajun because we're not really super into spiciness. Go ahead and put that in there. And I'm gonna sit that to the side and get my pot. I get my pot and I have a small thing of butter. Obviously, if you have more people you're gonna be feeding, you'll need more than this. Some people use unsalted butter. I put salted butter inside the pan to soak up in the juices of the crab and the shrimp, but I put unsalted butter inside of the actual Bloves sauce. So I'm gonna take some of that, well, a lot of that. I can't slam it against the pot because I got a sleeping baby. As you can see, I took 3 big spoons of that, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven for about 5 minutes to melt, and then I'm gonna go back and add my actual crab and shrimp. I do want to go ahead and put away my seasonings, but I'm gonna need it a little bit more, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some in this bowl right here. I'm gonna go ahead and mix my seasonings together in this bowl. So I'm gonna go ahead and poke a fork. You poke a fork into your potatoes. If it go through perfectly, that means they ready. Not quite ready yet, but I think my actual crab situation ready to crank that thing up a little bit. So y'all hear that? Y'all hear it? Now that the butter is melted, I could just go ahead and like drop it in there. So I spread that throughout the boil, and then I go get some more butter and like rub it on top of it. And just rub it. So I put the butter, I try to put it mostly up there so it can soak into that those top pieces of the seafood, and then I try to put a little bit on top of the shrimp, and then we're gonna close this back up and let it be up in there. We're gonna let that cook for about 10 minutes, and I'll be back. Don't shake it up because you don't want to crush your potatoes. I don't know what these eggs been through, so I'm gonna clean them off. I cleaned them off with hot water because they were cold eggs, so I do need them to get steamy up in here. And I went ahead and added. So I opened the oven back up and I just sat it. You'll see the butter at the bottom, so I'm kind of like going around a little bit, getting those juices. And then I also kind of sometimes, if I feel like it's not enough juices on top of the actual thing, I get a big spoon and I kind of spread it on them. And now I'm gonna add everything else. Oops. And I'm gonna take that same butter, because I usually use all of this butter. All of it. And then I kind of put it on top of my new ingredients. I use all of the smaller butter because, or the stick, or sometimes it's mostly stick butter, because I'm pretty much contaminating this butter with the seafood by constantly sticking it in there, rubbing it on there. So I just use all of it. And then I kind of get it on. This is when I'm gonna add my lid, because it's gonna get that steam going in there, and it's gonna trap all that flavor inside of there and trap all that heat, which is gonna like really get the eggs and stuff in there all, you know, together and hot. So that is gonna be in the oven for about another 10 to 15 minutes. And then it'll be all done, and I just gotta thaw out my Bloves sauce. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I'm gonna do that also. So the boil is all done. It has been exactly 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. And then kind of, you know, do a little 1, 2, 1, 2. This is what it looks like. So yeah, I kind of like, you know, get a little something. I wish I could show y'all with the thing on, but I kind of like I said, I get a spoon, and sometimes I get a measuring cup, and I kind of lean it to the side to get some of that on there, and I put it all on there. I prefer to use a cup that I can throw away, because it gets so greasy, and it's so hard to clean grease out of stuff. So I'm gonna just lean that to the side a little bit. Get that cup in there. Put it all in there. Get out of the way. Just, yes, sir. Close that back up until I heat up the sauce. To heat up the sauce, I got a little small saucepan. It's gonna be real simple. And then I got the bowl with it in there. This is what it looked like frozen. So since I've been letting it thaw a little bit, it's a little easier to dig into. And then it's just gonna heat up. I didn't need a lot because it's just me right now. So it's almost done heating. It has came to a boil. It's just a couple more chunks in there that needs to heat up. Got some onions in there. It's pretty much done heating up. I'm gonna let it sit there for like a little bit, like 2 more minutes. And then we're gonna go on over to this mukbang. That is pretty much it for this seafood boil tutorial. I'm setting up to film a mukbang with a good little juicy story time in it. I'm just gonna chit chat. So if you would like to see that, then it'll be posted a couple days after this video. So be sure to tune back in, most likely like a day or 2 after this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, of course, I like to run my mouth, so feel free to comment down below. That's pretty much it for this video. Give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.